Good morning, yoga fans. I am Christina, and we're going to be doing some yoga out here on the deck. It's a lovely day, beautiful day in June 5th. I think it's Ferris Bueller's day off. So if you want to take the day off, I don't mind. But at least try to fit in some yoga. Yoga's great for just getting your body going in the day and energizing yourself or relaxing. Today I'm just going to do an impromptu class, so I have even no idea what I'm going to do yet. But what I did do was bring a few things up here on the deck. I have an extra squishy mat because I figured that, don't have as much, the ground's a little harder, so I have a squishier mat. I have a little meditation pillow, brought a couple blocks, and I started my day off today with some lemon water with honey, which is always a good way to get your throat feeling good and just also a good cleanse for the body. And then after that, I'm going to be doing, my friend Jen helped me with this Airbond product. So this is an Airbond Green Synergy Elixir. So I just mixed it with a little bit of water and an ice cube to make it cold. But I also put in a little bit of orange juice just to add to some calcium intake and vitamin C for the day. So these are all good things when you're out in the sun. Make sure you put sun protection on as well if you're going to be out doing yoga in the sun. But anyway, that's all my rules. Other than that, just have fun, enjoy yourself. We're going to start out just in a comfortable sitting position, and that may look different for you. Everybody's got different bodies, okay? So their body styles may be that they can't sit cross-legged, and you could sit on a cushion like I have here. I like to sometimes take my blocks and put them under my knees, and that helps support my knees in the beginning because they might not be warmed up enough in the beginning. And I don't want to force anything because yoga is not about forcing. Yoga is about just being still, being in the moment, feeling your body, honoring your body and your mind and your spirit. But right now we're doing the body because we're trying to take care of a few things. So, I also have a little towel just in case it gets hot, a little, it's so hot out. It's actually not that hot. Anyhow, just be in a comfortable sitting position. And we have a lot of us tend to be busy, especially with all the phones and things going on in the world. So calming that busy monkey mind, they call it, can be a real big challenge. And what I would advise to you is to not feel like you have to fight against a monkey mind. Better to just sort of ignore or just sort of let other things be more in focus than the monkey mind. And I attribute it to, like, if you have driving in a car on a trip and you have toddlers, and maybe the toddlers are climbing over the front seat and they're trying to get into the driver's seat and you're the driver, it can be very distracting. So when you put the monkey mind or the toddlers in the back seat, they can be screaming and yelling back there, but you can still be focusing on the road and where you're going, your journey in life. So try to do a little bit of that. When you start to hear chatter, 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 just kind of keep putting it in the back seat. Put it in the back seat and just let the front seat be led by you, your body feeling itself, feeling where it's connected, where it's touching the earth, where it's touching the air, your breath. So how you feel your breath coming in and out, which we're about to do. So let's try that. So first, just kind of maybe rock your hips side to side. You have these two bones underneath your hips called your sits bones, meant for sitting. And just let yourself feel those sits bones connected to the earth. And since we're outside, it's such a wonderful blessing to have trees all around so that I can even focus on the roots of the trees that are underneath the ground that are helping to encourage me to be rooted as well. So Mother Earth can be just such a generous component to our life if we let her be. And sitting up, as comfortably tall as you can, which just means lifting the torso. Then there's a tendency for the front, the midline, to sink down and kind of, we lose our oxygen that way when we're sunken because we push against our diaphragm. So lifting up just a bit so that you free open the diaphragm for breathing, that's great. And you could put your hands down on the ground or on your knees. If you need a little more grounding, put your hands on the ground. Lengthening up the spine. Sometimes the neck and head does a little, oh, we have to look up, so we're doing this, but then you're jacking the back of your neck. So try tucking your chin and then lifting up so that you get the whole spine lengthening up. All right, and then just as we're sitting here, we're gonna take a couple nice deep cleansing breaths. So breathe in through the nose and let out a sigh, exhale. Maybe even smile. Inhale through the nose. Sigh, exhale. Inhale through the nose. One more time. Sigh and exhale. Just continuing with regular breathing, breathing in and out through the nose. Just feel the inhalations coming in and out of your being. Observe it, flowing slowly in and out of your body. Bring awareness to your heart. And how does it feel today? Know that there is light in your heart and allow yourself to move into that space where there is light in your heart. This is where your essence or divine spirit resides. And with each inhalation, just observe this area, and just as you're breathing in and out, it's brightening with each breath in and out. Allow this light to expand until it becomes the size of your heart. And then it becomes even bigger, the size of your whole body. And let it fill this entire space around you like an orb. So you're breathing in and out, and this light that's in your heart is growing and glowing around you like an orb. Allow this light to expand with each breath and flow out to the world, into every flower and tree and anything living around you. And allowing this to flow even further out to maybe any rivers or lakes or streams or mountains. Generously being open to sharing the light that you have to the rest of the world. And then with each breath, knowing that that light is also coming back to you in threefold. So you're breathing back in and out, and then this is more gathering toward you because you're sharing, and then the energy is coming back to you. So you may not, feel this per se, but as long as your body and your mind are kind of generally intending something to this nature, that's what's happening. It's a beautiful light. So just breathe in and out. Just lovely feeling all that. And maybe we even can set an intention. I like to set an intention for peace for all beings, plants, animals, living things, mountains, streams. They're all living things, and the trees. Okay, and then whatever else you may have an intention for today, you can set that. Or just chillax, whatever you want. We're outside, we're just having a good day off. Ferris Bueller's day off. All right, let's take our arms and we're gonna reach them and gather some of that light. Just stretch it up to the sky when we inhale, and then we'll exhale, bring our arms down. We're gonna inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, arms back down. Couple more of these. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, as you bring your hands down, bring them into your heart. One more connection with the heart, this time on a physical level. Your thumbs can feel the sternum. 1 inch behind that is a beating heart that's keeping you alive, that's allowing you to give and receive love. Bring your right hand down. Bring your left arm up and reach over to your right side. Stretch and reach over there. Feel the left side of your body opening up, and maybe even twisting open to look up towards the sky. Hold and breathe there. And then slowly come up, and we'll drift over to the left side, stretching and reaching your right arm up and over. Maybe twisting slightly and looking up. Coming back up. Gently, as I said earlier, bring your chin back. And then we'll turn our heads like an owl would, gently from one side to the other. So we never move the neck and head quickly. We move it slowly so we can feel each little space stretching as we turn. Bring it back to neutral. And we'll just tip the right ear down towards the right shoulder. You could add your right arm if you like. Your left arm could stay where it is, or maybe reach down onto the mat or behind your back. And then we'll bring it up. We'll bring the left ear to the left shoulder. The left arm can come up, the right arm can come down, reach to the ground, or stretch behind your back. Bring it back up. Gently bringing the chin down towards the chest. Feel the back of your neck stretching now. Such an important area, especially with all the phone use, computer use. Let that part of your body just stretch and relax. And maybe even taking your chin side to side, like a windshield wiper, or I like to think of maybe like a giraffe cruising side to side, eating. Back up to center, and then we're gonna look up to the sky. I have to close my eyes because the sun's up there. Feels so good. And while you're up here with your head looking up, your jaw can get tight sometimes for some people. So open and close your jaw. Maybe move it around a little. Widen it open, close it. Just let your jaw have some massage in there. We'll bring it back. Okay, let's take a little twist. So we're going to take the right hand to the left knee. Your left hand can just come down to the ground or slightly come back behind you. We're going to gently kind of press in with the right hand to lengthen your spine up, and then we'll twist to the left. Bring it back around, left hand to the left knee, twist around to the right. We'll bring it back to center. And here's where I like to do a little corkscrewing. So we just sort of massaging the hips. So try to think of the hips moving a bit, not just your upper body, but feel the hips kind of going from one sits bone to the other. And then we'll go the other direction. Let's bring the legs out in front and just stretch them out. I'm going to remove my cushion. And I'm just shaking out to get a little oxygen flow, and I'll point and flex my feet. Move my ankles around, wiggle my toes, and I'll pick up the right leg, and I'm just going to swing it side to side, stretching it out. Maybe hold my foot in my knee and rocking that. Bring that leg down, and then I'll bring the left leg up and take it side to side. Holding the foot in the knee, do a little rocking. Now here's the fun part. You bend both knees and you have your hands by your sides, and you can let your knees windshield wiper side to side, and you use your arms for support. But this is a full body stretch because it helps to open up the hips into the legs. So we're making connections, not just associating like one part of our body to another. We're adding, maybe we'll add the arm too. Now we're up into the upper thoracic and even into the cervical. We're turning our whole body in one direction and then into the other. Also good for the lymphatic system as we rock our bodies. Whenever you do kind of jumping, rocking, you're helping the lymph move, which helps to prevent dis-ease. All right, let's come on to our backs. And we're gonna just start out with some bridges. I like to use my block for the bridges because it stabilizes my pelvis. You can use it or not use it, or if you don't have a block, you could use a ball, a couple pillows, anything you like. But we're going to come down. The legs are bent, feet are about hips width apart. And then I like to kind of lift my hips, tuck my tail a little bit, and then set it back down so that I fully feel my pelvic floor on the ground. And that pelvic floor is part of the back of the pelvis and into your sacrum bone. I like to think of them, easy diagram is each pelvis is like an elephant ear and the sacrum is like a piece of pizza. So it's a triangle piece and it sometimes has holes in it for the nerves and the tendons to go through. So it's like pepperoni pizza. All right. So we're going to just rock on that pelvic floor. We're going to rock down towards the tailbone, which is going to create a little gap under your back. And then we'll rock back the other way, which will lift the tailbone up and sink your back down to the mat. So just a few of those rocking back and forth. And then if you want, you can also rock your head back and forth. So your nose goes up, your nose goes down. Your nose goes up, your nose goes down. Now let's try bringing the tail down so that makes the creation of the arch in the back, and then the nose up. And then we'll also come back and we're going to do tail in and nose down. So it's kind of like a cat and dog pose on the ground. All right, a couple of those just to kind of massage the back. And now we're back to neutral. Our hands are down by our sides, and we're going to press with our feet into the ground, and we're going to gently lift the heels, lift the butt up off the ground, press the heels down. Okay, right now I'm not using the block. I'm just going to do it without the block first. And then as you come back down, think of lowering your spine one vertebrae at a time so you get to feel everything that's happening. Now, if you choose to use the block, just stick it between your knees or between your thighs, whatever works. You're giving it a slight squeeze so that you're stabilizing your pelvic floor. Palms down, press the heels down, and then lift those hips up with the block there. Tuck your chin slightly, breathing in and out. And be there. Holding it up here. Slowly rolling back down. All righty. Let's take the right leg and cross it over the left. And now, without pressing the knee, we're going to go to the inner thigh. We're going to slightly open up that inner thigh. Make a figure 4. Okay? Then from there, you can stay there or lift the left leg up. Put your hands behind the thigh and do a nice little stretch. Maybe even make some circles with the foot, ankle. And then I like to rock side to side. It's a nerve stretch. So rocking side to side. Good. Now release the hands. Release the left leg. The right leg that's crossed over, let's overcross it. So let's let it go all the way over and open our arms and then do a little twist to the left. If you have your block and you need it, put the block down where the knee would land so that you're not forcing the knee to try to go further than it's ready to go. If it's okay to go further, go for it. Your other hand can open up like a book. That gives a wonderful stretch for your T-band up into the glute. Okay, nice and easy. Bring it back. Back to our bridge position. We're going to take the left leg and cross it over the right. We'll take the left hand to the inner thigh of the left leg and press it open. Just to get an opening stretch in the adductor. And then we'll lift the right leg. Maybe even stretch it up and do some circles of the ankle of the right foot. And then maybe some side rocking. bringing it back to neutral. We're going to take that left leg over the right and stretch over to the right side. Once again, if you need the block, put it down underneath the knee to give you a little support. I like to think of it, it makes you feel like you've completed something, as opposed to like, oh, I can't get to the ground, I can't get to the ground. I feel like incomplete. And this is just a wonderful way to just give you a sense of like, oh, I'm right there. I'm just where I need to be today. And you feel supported. You know, being able to give yourself support is really important. So stretch and open that area. And I like to think of, you know, which side was tighter. These are great cues for taking care of your own body. So my right side was much tighter than my left, but yeah, that's just me. All right, so here we are. We're back here at our bridge position. And I think we're gonna do a little waterfall since we're outside. If you wanna use a block, you don't have to, but you could put a block right underneath your butt and just lift both your legs up in the air, straight up, and then you flex your feet, and we're making a waterfall. If you can do 5 minutes a day with your legs above your heart, it's great for circulation. Your calves are your second heart, so they're pumping the blood back into your heart. So it gives your heart a little rest. Flex and point your feet, help the ankles, pump some circulation. Maybe some little circles there with the ankles. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the block out and we're gonna go into something called Happy Baby. So you can hold the backs of your thighs, you can hold your ankles, you can hold your big toes with a peace sign and the thumb grab, or you can grab the outsides of your feet. Whatever you'd like to do, try to see if you can keep your back flat, maybe pull your shoulders back down towards the floor, and you're just gonna kind of rest here in Happy Baby. But if you want to be a rockin' Happy Baby, you can just rock yourself side to side. Alrighty, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Hopefully that feels good for you today. Now we're going to move ourselves into a sitting position. You can do that by rolling to your side and sitting up. If your back feels good about it, you can begin by pushing your knees away from you and creating a little rocking motion. Actually gives a little stimulation for the back. And then come to sitting. We're going to stretch the legs out long and pull our glutes back a little so those sits bones can be back on the ground. Okay, so we've just come from laying down into a sitting position. Nothing strenuous here. I just want you to drop down and let your body relax. Kind of a restorative back forward bend. You can be rounded. There's nothing, we're trying to force anything right now. We're just relaxing. Okay, then we're going to come to a tabletop position. Grab a little of my green elixir. Good stuff. Tabletop. If you need cushioning for your knees, put something there. Want your knees about hip width apart, your hands shoulder width apart. Fingers wide, first finger pointing forward. Lift the tail up, drop the spine down, bring your chin forward or slightly up. Breathe in. Tail down, spine lifts, head down, exhale for the cat. Inhale for the dog, or cow. In some places they call it a cow pose. And then we're going to go into the cat. Just gently go back and forth. Now let's try a little balancing here. So we're going to stretch the right arm out in front And then we're going to stretch the left leg back and try to stretch both pieces apart from one another. Hang out here. And then what we'll try to do is move the elbow in towards the knee. And then inhale, open. Exhale, bring them in. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring them in. A couple more of these. Back to tabletop. Left arm stretches out, right leg back. Hang out here for a moment. Feel your balancing. Then bring the knee in towards the elbow and the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, bring it in. 4 more. Wonderful. Bring it back to tabletop. Wrapping your hips around in a circle. Nourishing your back. Making any other movements. Go the other way. Placing your hands a little bit in front of you. Let's curl the toes under. Inhale. And on your exhale, press into your toes and lift your hips up. And then your heels coming downward for downward facing dog. You want to be like an upside down letter V, not a U. So if you feel like there's too much weight in your hands, move your hands back towards you a little more. You can bend and straighten your knees. They don't have to be straight right away. You can rock on your toes. You can move them side to side a little bit. Hanging out in downward dog. So we're going to take the right leg up in the air. And we're going to bend it and straighten it. And then as you stretch it out, see if you can bring it up towards the front. And if you can't bring it all the way, just bring your foot up for yourself. Then bring your left knee down. And then stretch your arms up for a crescent lunge. Arms can reach up or even cactus back. Hands can come back down, and we're in like a runner stretch. And then you can either, with the knee bent, you can leave it on the ground, or you can take it off the ground for a high runner stretch. Move that left hand a little closer to the right, and then take your right arm and stretch it up in the air. Bring the right hand down, and then we're going to bring our right foot back, and now we're in like a plank position, okay? So in our plank, there's a couple ways you can come down. You can do knees, chin and chest like this, or you can just lower down. All right, so then from there, we're going to come up and do an upward dog. Curl your toes under and push back for downward dog. Now we're going to lift the left leg up in the air. Flex and point it. Eventually, bring that left leg forward. And like I said, if you can't bring it all the way forward, you just help it come forward. Drop the right knee down. Rise up for crescent lunge. Maybe cactus arms back. Look up towards the sun. Breathe in and out. Don't forget that breathing. Bring the hands back to a runner's lunge. You can lift up the right leg if you want, off the knee off the ground, and bring your right hand in closer to the left. And then the left arm can stretch up. Okay, bringing the hand back down. Now, the legs are going to come back again for the plank. And then you can move through that vinyasa, or you could just come down to your knees and into child's pose. And then eventually back to downward dog. Right leg's going to come up again. And inhale, and then on your exhale, bring it forward again. This time we're going to come all the way up. I think I'm still on the screen, okay? Into a warrior one. So you're going to have your left foot turned out slightly. Your right foot is straight ahead. Your hips are straight ahead of you, like headlights of a car. Arms can reach up, or you can clasp them together. Okay, we're going to move into a warrior two. So basically we're going to take the left foot, step it slightly back. Your right leg is bent. You're going to send your right hand and arm right out over top of that right knee and your left arm out behind you. The intention is to get that knee open more. Just kind of get it lined up with your toes. Look out ahead of your right middle finger. Warrior one. Now you can always check this by bringing your hands together and then opening them back up. Flip the right palm, take the left hand back, and then the right arm can reach up for reverse warrior. Good. Now we're going to straighten the right leg. And we're going to reach out in front of us as far as we can go. If you need a block, you can put it right in front, right, like in front of your, or to the side, I guess, of your right foot, flat or high, whatever works for you. And then we're going to take the right hand and either put it on the block or put it on the leg. And we're going to work on spinning the left hip open and the left shoulder, the torso open as well. We're making 3 triangles, so we're going to learn a little math today. We have 1 triangle here, 1 triangle between the legs, and our whole body makes another triangle. Left hand reaches up, you can be looking up. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Okay, so to come out of this pose, I like to push slightly into the right foot and knee, and then lift my body up. Okay, then we're going to steer our feet slightly forward. Move into goddess. So we're going to have our feet slightly turned out. You can have your hands on your hips, or you can bring them out and fingers wide, and we'll just squat down. Coming back up. You can move through that vinyasa flow again, or come back down to child's pose. Okay, so the vinyasa flow is the plank, chaturanga, upper dog, downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. I think I'm going to be backwards if I do this that way, so I'm going to turn around. All right, so now left leg lifts up, left leg comes forward, Plant the right foot and slowly come up. Steer your hips and shoulders straight ahead. Sinking into that hip flexor. Maybe the arms come up parallel or clasp them together. You can even cactus arm here as well. Feel your feet on the ground, connecting to the earth. Feel your breath moving through your body. Okay, we're going to go into Warrior Two now. So we're going to take the left leg and bend it and try to work on getting that left knee open. Right foot is a little more perpendicular. Arms are out. Check the arms. Bring them together. Open them up. Look over the left hand. Sink into the left leg. Breathe. As the poses get harder, the breath is more important to really help you through some of the more powerful poses. Turning the left hand up. Bring the left arm up in the air. Reach the right hand down the back of your leg or even put it behind your back. Straightening the left leg. Now the left arm reaches out. The left hand comes down. You could put a block there if you need to. The right arm's going to reach up. Twisting the body open. You're working on twisting the torso. Lifting the right hand, looking up to the sky if you can. The sun is right there, so if I look up there without sunglasses, I think I may not do so well. Lovely. Inhale, reach it up. This time turn your feet toward one another. Bring your hands behind you, clasp your hands together, make a steeple with your first finger. Press down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Gaze upward, open up the throat, the neck, all that in that energy part of your body. Your throat chakra. Your ability to speak your truth. Make sure you always speak your truth. Okay, we're gonna fold forward. You can bring your hands to your hips or you can let those arms rise up in the air. Let your head dangle or bring a block down underneath your head. Eventually bringing your hands down. You can bring your hands to the outsides of your legs, to your feet, down the middle even. Just find a place for you to get a nice good stretch. Let's walk ourselves back up to our hips and then turn our bodies into a runner's lunge. Bring that front leg back. Once again, one more flow. Chaturanga, upper dog, downer dog. Couple breaths here. Bring the knees down and as wide as they can go, your feet together, sink into child's pose. Arms can be relaxed or you could be stretching them forward. All right, so our next pose is a kneeling pose. If you need extra support, put something underneath your knees. You can also use a block and sit on a block. So you want your knees, yourself up on your knees, and your feet can be flat or you can curl the toes under. The first one we're gonna do is rabbit. Okay, so in rabbit, we're gonna bring our hands to the heels. And then we're gonna basically be rolling forward. We're gonna tuck our chin into our chest And then think of your head like rolling down a mountainside. So you're not throwing it off the mountain, close as you can be. And you don't have to do this at any speed, just take your time. You're gonna come down, keep rolling down, and at some point your head is gonna maybe touch the ground, and if it doesn't, it could touch a block. You can put it on a block, like that, okay? You can stay there, or you can slowly begin to lift the glutes off the ground, your butt off the ground, as you're holding your heels. Slowly coming back. And since we are upside down, we want to bring our heads up kind of slow. So in yoga, we try to make connections with different parts of our body, and inversions are very important. So bringing your crown chakra to the ground in any way is important. We did that with the wide-legged pose with the head down. You can put it on a block, which is considered the ground, or this rabbit pose, putting the head on the ground. That helps your your crown chakra to connect with the earth. Okay, so it's important to do that in life. All right, then we're going to do a reverse now. So we're going to do a camel, and the camel is a back bend. It's great for the throat, the heart, the thyroid. Feet can be flat or curl the toes under. I'll show you both. You can also use your blocks behind you, like that. All right, so first part is find your hips. Steer the tailbone down because we're trying to stretch out these hip flexors. They can be tight and pull you forward. All right, then start to walk maybe one hand back down to a block, or the ankle or the heel, and then the other. And like I said, you can do flat-footed too. And then slowly let your head, neck, and shoulders fall backwards. Breathe. This is a little challenging, folks, so find what works for you today. Extreme back bend. Our bodies don't normally do this during the day, so this is a great way to re-find yourself. Breathe. Bring one hand up to a hip, and the other, I like to throw a baseball. Go Phillies! Bringing it back. All right. Let's do a couple stretches for the legs. So we're stretched out now. Removing the sits bones. Lift your arms up in the air. Stretch forward. Wherever you land with your hands is fine. Maybe you come to the knees. Maybe you come to the shins. Maybe you come to the feet. Maybe you make peace signs and grab the big toes. Mainly you're trying to hinge at the hips, not so much drive your head down. This is what they call head over knee, not head to knee. Okay, so you're trying to lengthen your spine on your inhale and then exhale and sink forward. We're going to take the right leg across the left, a regular twist, or you can move the left leg back and take the left hand or forearm or whole arm on the outside of the right leg. Your right hand's going to come up around behind you, right down the center of your back in the back. Press down to lengthen up your spine like a flagpole. Inhale, and then exhale. Begin to use that left leg with your arm to lever yourself into a twist. So you inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. slowly bringing the right hand to the right foot, we're going to reverse. So we're going to twist around to the other side. Stretch it back out. Now the left leg crosses the right. The right can be straight or folded back. Right hand on the outside of the left leg. The left hand's coming up and around behind you. Press down with that left hand to lengthen up your spine, and then twist yourself over to the left. It's continuous, so it's inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And then we'll unwind, left hand to the left foot, right hand goes around behind you, and reverse twist. Okay, we're going to bring it back to a sitting position. You need that little cushion for your tush. What happens is if you put just the back edge of your butt onto the cushion, it allows your knees to drop forward, put your back in a better position. And now it's hot here, so. Feel how you are now versus when you first started. Do you feel more aware? Do you feel more connected? Breathe in and out. Feel your sits bones connected to the earth. This is a breath where we're going to do some pauses. We're going to do 3 inhales and then a long exhale. So I'd like you to think of as if you're going up a ladder or an elevator. So you're going to take an inhale and then pause. Take another inhale, pause. Take a third inhale, pause as if you're in the top level. And then you're going to exhale out your mouth all the way back down. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale, pause, inhale some more, pause, inhale some more, pause, exhale it all out. 1 more time. Inhale, pause, inhale a little more, pause, inhale a little more, pause, exhale it all out. Now let's try the opposite. So now we're going to exhale 3 times and then make a big inhale. So we'll do first a nice big inhale so you have the air to do it, okay? So take a nice big inhale, and then we're gonna exhale a little bit, pause, a little bit more, pause, a little bit more, pause. Big inhale. Exhale a little bit, pause, a little bit more, pause, a little bit more. Pause. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale just a little bit more, a little bit more. 1 big inhale. And then back to neutral. And feel free, if you'd like right now, to take your Shavasana. So if you would like to lay down for that, I will do a very short reading. You can take your time getting into that position. So I get my book I'm going to read from Louise Hay. You Can Heal Your Life. This is a great woman. She went to the Barbara Brennan School of Healing, and I just love her positive affirmations. All that, what we hear and what we say, how we talk to ourselves is very important to our level of ease or dis-ease in life. So if you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself, try to correct it right away, because that's the best time to do it. When you have just heard yourself say something negative, Even looking in a mirror and saying it out loud is even better. So like, oh, I hate my whatever today. Get in the mirror and say, I love you just the way you are today. And sometimes it's hard to believe it at first, but once you start doing it, you know, you'll start to recognize that you are a being of light, like we started in the beginning, and there's nothing better and more wonderful than light and love. So, all right, come into a comfortable position, closing your eyes. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I see any resistance patterns within me only as something else to release. They have no power over me. I am the power in my world. I flow with the changes taking place in my life as best I can. I approve of myself and the way I am changing. I am doing the best I can. Each day gets easier. I rejoice that I am in the rhythm and flow of my ever-changing life. Today is a wonderful day. I choose to make it so. All is well in my world. Namaste, my yogi friends. Feel free to continue in your meditation as long as you need today. But be well, and know that I am truly have gratitude for the gift of being able to teach this class and to share it, and to be in a place where there's trees around me and the environment of love within me and around me. So, namaste, Satnam.